What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Unplugged and Uncut. You're live with your boy Unique, and we're about to get into why the San Antonio Spurs should draft Benedict Mathurin. If you have not taken the time to hit that subscribe button real quickly, make sure you do. I'm giving away a PlayStation 5 disc edition with the game of your choice. Once we hit 100,000 subscribers, all you gotta do to be entered to win is be an active subscriber and leave comments in the comment section. Got that out the way real quick because we got a huge show ahead. Now, we've done a few of these who the Spurs should draft, with my favorite being Jalen Duren. But if the rumors about Miles Turner are true, or even DeAndre Ayton, the Spurs might want to go with a guard. So Benedict Mathurin is the first guard that we're going to profile, and maybe the only guard that we're going to profile because the draft is coming up fast. So his range is really from anywhere as high as the fifth pick to a late lottery pick. For those that don't know who Benedict Mathurin is, you're going to see him often listed as a 6'6" or a 6'7" wing. However, if you take his shoes off, he measures 6'4.5". Solid height for a wing player with shoes. He's often listed as 6'6". He is an explosive player. So let's look at his numbers real quickly. Last year in college, he averaged 17.7 points, 5.6 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 1 steal. He's an elite spot-up shooter with all-star potential, and he's also a 3-level scorer. Before we get into all the good, I do want to point out a few things that are bad because he has a lot of good. Like so much, you could take up the whole show just on his good. But let's point out a few of the bad things because there are a few things I would like to see him work on that could help him reach his two-way potential, not just his one-way potential. That's right. So the bad is mostly on the defense. However, on offense, he could use a more a tighter handle, a more consistent, tighter handle. So maybe a dribbling coach help him work on his crossover and his behind the back crossover combos just to help him get to the basket by himself a little easier. So a little bit more consistency on his dribbling. But on defense, there's a lot of times where it's inconsistent due to effort. Like he's not playing with the same effort that he is on offense, which is really common with young players. Let's just be real. If you look at the Trey Youngs of the world, they play defense, but they don't go as hard on defense as they do as on offense, and it's obviously noticeable. Then you got some players that go all out, like a young Kawhi Leonard on offense and defense. And those are your two-way stars, and very rare to find. So if he wants to become more than just an all-star and be a two-way star, a two-way force in the game, he's going to have to work on his consistency and that effort. But it's there. You can see he has the potential to do it. Also, with that consistency would help him with his rebound average. He did give up quite a few offensive rebounds just due to fundamentals, boxing people out. Those are the little things that he can work on. And that's just about it. We did see a dip in his free throw percentage. You got to mention that. So he went from like 84 to 76, but he was taking more attempts and he was taking more contact. So that contact could have had something to do with it. Overall, the shot form still looked the same. Really nice looking shot. So I would expect him to hit 78 to 80% in the pros. So no concerns there. All right, so now that we got the bad out the way, let's get into some of these intangibles. So kind of like we did with the Shade and Sharp situation, guys, I'm going to go ahead and read an excerpt, sorry about that, an expert. He's an expert witness. I'm going to read an excerpt from Ken's 5, and then I'll put it up here so you guys can look at it yourself. And of course, you'll see right away, they list him as a 6'6" wing out of Canada. And then again, we just went over that size, so don't be mad at that. A lot of people don't know the measurements without the shoes. They only get the information that's provided. All right, so, and his questions or answers are gonna go towards that, his intangibles and his high character. So, this happened at the combine as well. Jeff from Ken's 5 asked, did you have a chance to meet with the Spurs ahead of the NBA draft in 2022? And then Ben says, yes, I had one at the NBA combine. Next question. How did that meeting go with San Antonio? Response. It went pretty good. I was able to meet a lot of the staff. It was great, to be honest. I was able to see myself going there with all the players they have on their roster. They have great talent. They have a young core. That is for sure one thing that really caught my eye. Next question. You mentioned to me about the Spurs' current roster. Is there someone you would like to play with should the Spurs select you? Answer. DeJounte is one player I've been looking at since he was at Washington, so for sure playing with him. But also Josh Primo. I played against him a couple times against him, and to be playing on the same team with him would be great. Sorry about that mess up, guys. A chance to play with him one-on-one after practice to get better. That's an excellent comment. Next question. You mentioned Primo. What do you have to say about him making it to the NBA at such a young age? Response. I mean, it's great. What he's done has been amazing. I feel he's really confident in himself. He was really young when he was drafted. He has the confidence that he needs for him to be, or for him to succeed and get better every day. I am really happy for him. Guys, this is about as perfect as an interview as you could do. Man. And this just goes to show you character as one of his intangibles. This kid has a very high character. And then just pointing out that even at the practice, Primo, you better bring your A game because we're going to have to go one-on-one and we're going to get better every day. This kid's work ethic is unmatched. He has a very high work ethic. I put it up there with some of the greatest of all times. That's why his potential is sky high. In fact, he actually has the chance, along with a few other players, of course, but he has the chance with the drive and the desire to be the best player in this draft. That's how high this kid's ceiling is. He, besides the work ethic, he has a great mentality. He's ready for the moment. He knows how to elevate his game in high pressure situations. And then once again, those intangibles are closed out with a high character guy. This guy is a very high character and would fit in as a star/co-star scoring option next to DeJounte Murray in the future. I mean, that is a nice 1-2 combo. You could still play Devin Vassell at the 3. I mean, Benedict could play the 3, of course. You could play him one in either or and have him just switching everything. So it's not a bad pickup. And I would not be mad if the Spurs picked up Bennidict Mathurin at all. Overall, he has a very high ceiling with a small chance to claim that best player spot once again in this draft. And he has the desire and the drive to realize his potential. Projects as high as a 5th pick, but could have some of those teams that passed on him wishing they didn't, to as low as a late lottery. He looks to be a day one contributor, which is also another thing to look at when drafting a player with the 9th pick. So if he slides to you, Jalen Duren might be the player you're looking at, but you got to draft Bennidict Mathurin just for his ridiculous upside. Maybe you reach out to a team like the Charlotte Hornets who have multiple draft picks to still pick up that center. If you're not planning on keeping Jakob Poeltl, if the rumors about Miles Turner are not true, you still have options at the center. I think you take the best player available And if Benedict does not go in the before, he might just very well be the best player and best fit for the Spurs. Can't wait to hear what you guys think about Bennidict Mathurin as a draft prospect and a chance that he gets picked up by the Spurs. Also, one quick note. Just for those that did not notice, Coach Manu. That's right, Coach Manu. That sounds kind of good. He's been getting more engaged with the draft process. I thought I'd point that out. He was at the combine meeting with future players. Could this be a sign that Greg Popovich and the Spurs are grooming Manu to be his replacement? I think I might be the first person to say that, guys, but we'll keep that hush-hush between the Spurs fans and the Spurs fan base. The Spurs could be grooming Manu to be Greg Popovich's replacement. That would be amazing. It would kind of ease the blow of losing Becky Hammond, who already had a great relationship and rapport with all the players on the team. So that would ease that loss, bringing in a legend like Manu, who is now getting to know the players even more, could be a big sign of things to come. One of the main things for being a head coach is knowing your players, their temperament, and how you can coach them. And Manu getting involved in the draft players and the younger players on the team that he could be molding could be a little sign, guys. I just thought I'd drop that little nugget off at the end for you, for those who do not get to see what happened at the NBA Draft Combine and the representatives there. It was very interesting, especially monitoring the Spurs. But I can't wait to hear what you guys say about that little tidbit we dropped in there at the end. We had to drop a jewel off, and that's what we do. I had to drop a little jewel off so everybody could comment along that. Also, we could comment on Bennidict Mathurin and how he might fit with the team. We're only a few days away, so let's go ahead and sound off with who you think the Spurs should draft. We went through the prospects. Who do you think it is? Do you think it's a guard? Do you think it's a big like Mark Williams, Jalen Duren? Mark Williams did have a meeting with the Spurs. Throw that out there with you guys. So a lot of options sitting there. We could be grooming our next coach. Ooh, it should be an excellent off season. I can't wait to see what you guys got in the comment section. I'm about to go get my popcorn ready, and I'll be checking down there in a little while. But for now, your boy is out. Peace.